Just because one can start, operate, or run a car doesn't necessarily mean he or she can drive, much more be granted a license to do so. Let's face it, the country's sad and almost hopeless state of traffic is due in part to weak enforcement of the rules of the road and drivers who violate them and get away with it. The solution, remedy the problem at its front end by limiting the issuance of licenses to new applicants and those seeking renewal in this report from Julius de Samboron.
Careful driving is the secret of 18-year motorist Mang Teofilo. As a driver, he reminds every motorist to think not only theirs but also the welfare of others. Discipline must be imposed.
Kahawak ang truck, dapat marunong ka rin, hindi basta-basta kasampa ka lang. Kung di mo alam, mababangga ka talaga pag ganun. At saka ingat ka lang sa kalsada.
For Mang Nathaniel, a 7-year motorcycle rider, he supports the government drive to tighten the implementation of traffic rules.
Saka yung actual driving talagang dapat na istrikto para bago lumabas ng kalsada, naipasa niya talaga kung paano mag-drive. Kasi hindi lang sila ang apektado, mga kasama sa daan.
In an exclusive interview with PTV News, LTO Chief Assistant Secretary Edgar Galvante emphasized that they are ready to implement a stricter process or screening for the issuance of driver's license. This is in line with Senator Tito Soto's statement during the Senate Committee on Public Services hearing led by Senator Grace Poe regarding the Tanay bus tragedy. Soto cited observations that 50% of drivers in the Philippines will fail in a real examination because of their reckless and lack of exact knowledge in driving. Filipino drivers who do not follow traffic rules also contribute to the worsening congestion on the country's roads. Poe, on the other hand, explains that she wanted to inspect LTO and observe how drivers pass the driving test.
While ang life ng lisensya 5 years, hindi naman ibig sabihin nito every 5 years lang yung pag-evaluate sa kanila, kundi even when they are cited for some violation, they might be required to undergo. At kahit di naman maayos yung driver naman, pero yung kanyang inoperate na vehicle naman kumbaga marami ng diferensya, makaka-contribute din to sa pagkakaroon ng mga traffic accident.
Galvante clarified that they are changing the procedures and will have separate examination for professional and non-professional drivers. Currently, there is only one exam for both professional and non-professional drivers. They assure that every driver holding steering wheels has enough experience and training.
Yung examen for a heavy vehicle driver, iba naman doon sa magdadrive lang ng taxi. Pag in-evaluate natin yung aplikante for license ng professional to drive a bus, ang testing sa kanya parang patungkol doon sa magiging driver siya ng bus. Ginagawa natin, yung magagawa natin kaagad, ginagawa na natin at i-implement yan as soon as possible. Although yung testing siguro medyo matatagal-tagalan ito kasi ina-assemble namin yung material para ito ang gagawin ngayong adapin na pamantayan.
Earlier, LTO announced that they will raise the standards for driving schools, including requiring them to have a test track for student drivers and test the accreditation for driving instructors. For PTV News, Julius de Samboron.